Did you make that? Did you make that? Did you make that?
Solid Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers. Check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighten up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions with my rations getting low. Get down on the floor, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this sweet too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze, ain't a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick today before you let him roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in F doom hits. The sun god bringing some light, now watch your mood switch. Hieroglyphs when writing scripts, namaste but conquering. Conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Cheer. What's up? Late night owls. I'm feeling good. The last show of the week, and I hope we get down. Thank you for everybody that tunes in to the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition, Monday through Thursday, every midnight hour, with your boy Wildcard Mar. We are on episode 136. Yes, sir. 136. We are racking up them shows. Yes, we are. We are racking up them shows. As always, you see the bottom of the screen. That's the homie 40 Water, a.k.a. Silent Hill. Him and the homie J. Leo, Pale Moon Devil Dance is the song, the unofficial theme song to I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl. What's up, my G? My man Matt is in the building. Always a pleasure for my man Matt to join us. As always, y'all know the deal. Y'all going over to the Facebook page, I.O.W. Sports Network. A lot of great content going on there. A lot of great conversations with the people of Facebook. It's a public page, so if you got a little meme to drop, to joke on a player or a team, that's the place to go. We got a lot of great debates that goes on in that Facebook page. So please join that as well. We on the Twitter. We be tweeting. We don't do no Twitter beats, but we there. We also on the Instagram. But we mainly use the Twitter, the Instagram, and the Facebook. The Facebook page is there at the network, of course. So if you got a sports podcast or a small business, you want to share your content or share your product, that's the place to do it. But the Twitter and the Instagram, we use that just to let you know of updates of what kind of content we got coming down the pipe. But majority of the content all the content is going to be on the YouTube page. Go over to the YouTube page, I.O.W. Sports Network. And then, like always, go to your respective app store, whether it is the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Download the I.O.W. Network app. Yep, we got an app. A lot of great content on there. Music from mainstream independent artists on their grind. Air Paradoxical, White Vault, LJ Presents, I Off the Wonder podcast. Our sister podcast is on there. A lot of great content. Wrestling Heads, Dirty Heels, which is a great wrestling podcast. That's on there as well. So download the I.O.W. Network app. Y'all know how we get down. Y'all know how we get down on the late night show. We got to kick it off. We got to kick it off with a wild card March top play of the night. And boy, not a lot of good things coming out of Houston, especially on that Rockets franchise. But we got one with this one. This kid, Jalen Green, man, he's going to be something nice. Check out what this young man did tonight.
Green throws down the hammer.
Goodness. Just look, watch this. Split the double team and takes off. Preston Detroit had, he couldn't do anything right there. Just end up on a poster.
End up on a poster. That's what happens. Hey, yeah. Hey, Matt, that man Jalen Green, he gonna be something nice. And look at what the cat and drugged in. The old man stayed up tonight. He must not have taken any Ambien or anything. I don't know. No Ambien tonight. Without further ado, the big homie Nick Shine. Looked like he changed his name too.
Yo,
what's up, man?
Rest in peace to that guy that got dunked on.
Oh man, rest in peace.
Thoughts and prayers, bitch.
Get it? That man got yoked on.
Big time.
Yeah, big time.
What's going on?
Man. You know the deal, man. We over here grinding. We on episode 136, man, racking up these episodes. What's going on, Ryan? How you doing, my brother?
What's up? Ryan was upset before. He was all pissed off. Hey, Matt. Ryan's like, damn, I missed the show.
No, I mean,
it's Friday, right? We're on the East Coast, brother. It's Friday now.
Yeah. Well, technically for Ryan, he's still on West Coast.
He's still got
time.
A few more hours.
He's still got a few more hours, so it's still happy Thursday for him. But it's all good. I mean, we touched on it earlier on the day show. Big trade, big trade, big move today. Just in case you guys did not see Big Nick's takes, definitely go back to the YouTube page and watch today's stream. But man, Harden's on the move, man. Here's my thing: the Nets gave up a lot to get him in a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And he's already wanted out. Well, now when the rumors was coming out, I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was all smoke and mirrors. And it's like, there's no way you break this up a year and a half into the situation. My thing is why does if it's about winning, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, it kind of makes it a lot easier for you to get to a championship. Why bail so quick?
I've never wanted the Nets to win a title more than I want them to win it now without him. Like, I pray to God the Nets knock the Sixers out of the playoffs and win a title. And then, like, Kyrie and KD stand there. And like there's a person's like body width in between them, and he's not there, and they're both pretending to put on. Oh, the big three, we won it. Oh wait, oh you're not here. Oh fuck you.
Swap Simmons.
I don't get the man, but this is why Harden's never won anything. Yeah. And you thought that he was buying into something that was more important than himself, and then I don't know, but the man tanked. The man was missing wide open threes. I watched the game in Utah, the game in Sacramento. Like, he was throwing up fucking bricks.
Yeah, he was looking like a Mason.
He's just a selfish, certified loser. He's never won anything on any level. So until he does, I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Not sure who won here. Nets got a lot though. I'll say this, Ryan. If Harden is actually able to get a good chemistry going with Joel Embiid, I think the the 76ers might want initially. But when you actually look at all the variables that is going with the Nets, KD is going to come back. He's injured. Joe Harris is going to come back. He's injured. The mandate in New York is probably sooner rather than later. They're actually talking about like in February that might get lifted. So Kyrie can come back full time. You know, that's a big possibility that that's going to happen real sooner than later.
You look at the depth on them right now.
You get Andre Drummond.
KD.
You get Seth Curry. You get 2 first rounders.
You get Aldridge
and you get
back.
Ben Simmons. Yes, and Aldridge.
You keep Patty Mills. You got Joe Harris coming back. You still have Claxton.
Mm-hmm.
Your depth just got a lot better with this move.
It did.
It got a lot better because now with Drummond and Aldridge and Claxton, you got 3 guys who can play the interior.
Mm-hmm.
You got KD. We didn't even mention Blake Griffin, who was a starter in the beginning of the year when everyone was injured, who can give them some quality minutes off the bench. You got Cam Thomas, the rookie, who dropped almost 30 tonight because it was him and Irving. He's a rookie from LSU who's starting to evolve into a bigger and bigger role.
It's funny that you mentioned that game tonight because you get to see some of that depth come to light because they were playing very shorthanded tonight.
Yeah.
And so, you know, some of what I saw, I'm like, man, maybe the depth of the Nets is a lot more deeper than I thought it was.
You had KD, Simmons, Curry. Like the 3-point shooting on this team is going to be phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
Harden was very streaky. He'd shoot 10 a game and hit 3 or 4, so his percentage wasn't great. No, he wasn't getting to the line like he used to, and that seems to get him in a shooting rhythm when he gets to the line.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy he's gone, man. If you can't buy into a team with that much talent, you're just going to be the guy that just tries to ring hop. Like he'll be a Laker next year because he'll just try to go get that.
I hope not. The Lakers got enough issues, and
or
honestly,
Golden State. You know what I mean? He'll be trying to go somewhere just to get the ring, just to say I got one. And I hope he never gets it. I really, really do, man.
And Ryan says I'm shocked they made this trade, but Simmons was done.
Yeah, I said on the earlier show, Ryan, the Sixers being able to move Simmons when Simmons says, I'm not showing up and playing for you, that's a win for them because they didn't have to eat any of that salary. They straight up traded it. So
that's just off
you
the
can
books.
look at who wins the trade, but from a Sixers aspect, you got to say this is a huge win for us because we moved a guy that said he would play for us. And we all said Simmons had the Sixers by the balls. So the fact that the Sixers were able to move him, even though they had to, overpay, I think the value that the Nets got back is far greater. But when you add in the moving a guy who refused to play for us into it, that's a huge factor. And this from the Sixers end.
Yeah, I saw that, Matt. The Knicks are hanging with the Warriors. Don't get don't get too quick to jump the gun on that. There's still 4 minutes and 14 minutes. 4 minutes and 14 seconds to let your heart out.
And the Nets have lost 9 straight. They're still 5.5 games better than the Knicks. Just to show how bad the Knicks
are. Oh, y'all! I love that damn up north rivalry, man.
There's no rivalry. The Knicks haven't done anything important. The last thing that the Knicks did important was let Kobe score 61 in the Garden. Which was yesterday, by the way. We're at my nephew's house for his birthday, and my brother-in-law is a Knicks fan, and he had that on. I was like, "What is this from?" He's they're playing like
Kobe still scoring
2009. It's like literally the most unimpressive 61-point game ever. It was all free throws.
Yeah,
like he had so many misses in that game. I watched most of the second and all the third quarter. It was the most underwhelming 61 I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, good point, Ryan. He said they traded a guy that was basically worthless to the Sixers. They gave up basically nothing if you think about it. I don't want,
but Simmons had them by the balls. So normally you get raked over the coals. So the fact that they were able to get someone like Harden back in this trade is kind of impressive from the Sixers aspect, I think.
Well, obviously they both teams got rid of somebody that didn't want to be there. It's when and this is what I'm saying when I thought the rumors were bullshit, because I'm thinking like, why would you want to leave Brooklyn because things are bad now?
Yeah,
I get the losing streak is happening now.
He's got no fucking heart. He doesn't have that killer instinct, that tenacity, that drive to become better and grow. He doesn't have that Mamba mentality.
Man,
he doesn't. He's a fucking mental midget.
There's a lot of people that don't have that Mamba mentality.
True, like
there's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
But when you see somebody want to jump ship and not be a competitor, that's now the dig, right? Like you don't have that killer instinct. Yeah, not a lot do, but it's shine a light on them when they don't. Point it out.
Shine a light. It's just weird because like we already went through the variables on how the Brooklyn Nets will get better. You know what I'm saying? Like this is literally just a small bump in the road. KD's coming back. KD's coming back. All right. The team's going to be fine. And you bailed on it. I think you bailed on it. I think Harden bailed on it way too quick, way too early. If he wanted to go off and join them in free agency, cool. But you can't bail that early, prematurely in the middle of the season. All-Star break hasn't even happened yet.
Good riddance, man. I said it. Good riddance.
Did you see the troll?
Be here, peace. Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
Hey, did you see the troll? KD wouldn't pick Harden on his All-Star roster.
Nobody picked him. LeBron had to just get him last.
He was the last one picked. Kevin Durant picked Rudy Gobert. He picked Rudy Gobert.
He's a fucking fat little weeble wobble, Harden. Nobody wanted his ass.
Shout out to Melvin Wall, Man Down Podcast. He says Harden was having issues securing that max extension with the Nets. This was all about money. Wow.
And that's why he don't have the killer instinct, because he's not about the game and he's not about winning. Like I said, good riddance, man. I hope you never win a fucking.
Whoa, that's crazy figures. Harden wanted a $220 million contract that would have him making $60 million at age 38. Wow.
Good luck getting that. And you know what? Some desperate franchise,
Philly would do it. Daryl Morey is his homeboy. That's his homeboy. Daryl Morey is probably the only GM.
And you'll cripple that team, just like you crippled Houston. He'll cripple them. Good. I'm all about this. The Titanic.
Daryl Morey is only stupid enough at GM to do that right now. Is to give him that type of money at that type of age.
100% right. Good. I'm glad he's done, man. You want to be a little drama queen in the man's game? Go somewhere else.
Surprising move. Well, to me, not my opinion, but most people would say Lakers weren't able to move off Russell Westbrook.
Who would want him?
That's
his own mama don't want him.
Mel says Daryl Morey would give him the contract and Embiid will be pissed.
Yeah, you thought Embiid was pissed over the Simmons bullshit? Wait till Harden starts pulling his.
I might go out on a limb and say this take. It might be too premature, but don't be surprised within maybe a year or two, Embiid wants out.
Yeah, they'll run him out of town with all these awful contracts and not putting the right people around him. Harden don't win. So as much as the name Harden means something in the NBA, it doesn't equate to winning. Yeah, you can win in November and December and look nice doing it.
GZ Dread Fours, what's up, brother? I believe we seen you in the room chopping it up. He says there was a rumored deal on the table where Westbrook, Dwight Howard would be traded to the Knicks for Kemba, Julius Randle, and Derrick
Was that
Rose.
a Nick Wright proposal? That was a Nick Wright proposal, I think. I think I saw that meme today that Nick Wright had like 4 trade proposals, and this was one of them. I don't know if it was rumored or it was just a suggested deal.
And you know what? If that was the deal, the Lakers should have pulled the trigger on that.
Why would the Knicks, though?
Come on. You're talking about the Knicks.
Well, you're getting Dwight Howard, who's 74 years old and a shell of his former self, and the bricklayer.
You're talking about
I know Randall's not happy there, but that would be a great trade for the Lakers. You're 100% right. But if you're the Knicks, I don't see why the Knicks would do that trade.
That'd have been a horrible trade for the Knicks. You're right.
Yeah. Lakers, it's 100% go. You wish to God you could get that. But you couldn't move Westbrook. Nobody wanted Westbrook.
Nick, that man's making $44 million to do what he's doing. $44 million
a brick.
It goes up next year, $47 million.
Good.
It's going to be.
You took this fucking contract on, man.
It's going to be so hard to move that man.
I love it. They're not going to be able to. They're going to have to buy him out. LeBron's going to have to make like 2 more Space Jam movies to have the money to buy him. Which, by the way, my nephew's birthday yesterday. He's huge on Space Jam. So everything, the Space Jam with all the cartoon characters on the wall with LeBron at actual size at 6'8".
Yeah.
And all I'm sitting there, I was like, "This is not Space Jam, kid. You don't know the real thing."
No.
And to this kid in this generation, 5 years old, LeBron is Space Jam. I don't like the one with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, they just don't know no better.
Uncle Nick gonna have to smack you around when mom and dad aren't around.
Nick, you are Nick. Mel got a good point. He says they're moving has their hedge of protection off of LeBron. No more trade bailouts to cover up this team's poor play. Hey, they were not. Nobody was going to move with them. They was not going.
I think the rest of the league is done.
Oh, they're tired of
trying to help them.
They're tired
of it. The league is just like, fuck you, LeBron. We're not making any trades anymore, man. I'm all about it, Mel. I love it. I hope the Knicks and the Lakers are never over 500 again.
He says LeBron got to earn everything he gets for the rest of his career. No more NBA help. The league is moving on.
I'm all about it. I'm here for it, Mel. I'm here for it. I rooted for him when he was in Cleveland, and I rooted for him when he was
has said it. We said it numerous times. His last championship was in the bubble with an asterisk by it, and
the bubble popped. And so did his career.
That's how you say it right there, brother.
Popped, and so did his career. That's it.
I don't see no more championships coming LeBron James' way. I don't. I just not in the Lakers uniform, not the way this team's constructed, and not the way that the organization is running that team. It's done.
You know what LeBron did? LeBron put together 4 buddies, and it's like the cast to The Hangover. You got AD, who's the guy who's stuck up on the roof, who's never healthy enough to play. You got Carmelo, who's Zach Galifianakis, who just shows up and is reckless. LeBron is Bradley Cooper, who's trying to hold everything together the entire movie. And then Westbrook is the idiot dentist who gets the tattoo on his face. Like he wanted to hang out with his buddies instead of put together a title contender. No one has ever put a title together with Carmelo or Westbrook. I think LeBron, if he could get them a title, he would like up his stature in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like he got guys a ring that never had one before.
You see, but here's the thing, and we had that discussion earlier. Obviously the GOAT conversation is very subjective. I'm of the belief that LeBron thinks that if he gets closer to more championships than MJ, that he thinks that he'll pass MJ in the GOAT discussion. And to me, it's impossible. You know what I'm saying?
It's totally impossible.
I just don't see it happening. As much as I give LeBron his respect for his talents, his athleticism, he's not my GOAT.
No.
You know, I don't.
He's number 2 for me, but it's a distant number 2.
He ain't even number 2. Not for me.
He is for me. Talent wise, yes, he's number 2.
I'll go
Magic 3.
I
That's my
would still
top
take
three.
Magic over him, though. I'm sorry. I would still take Magic.
You
over
look
him.
at what he does and the numbers he puts up when he's done. He's going to be top in rebounds, assists, points. Like he's going to be up there with everything.
Yeah, because he's going to play 20 years. He better be at the top of all those stats.
Kobe played 20 years. He's going to be ahead of Kobe in almost everything.
And that's fine. But you know what I love about Kobe? He ain't had to join, 3 Hall of Famers on the team to get a ring. You know what I'm saying? Come on, he was drafted.
He rode Shaq's coattails to the first 3. He wasn't the main player on the first 3.
I'm saying that's because the general manager did his job and put
And
together
then
a
the
good
second
team.
2 he won is the lowest talent era in NBA history. And I'll die on that hill in that argument.
He look, he got drafted he got drafted by the Hornets and traded there. So it's still a draft day guy.
Yeah, it's still
you know what I'm saying.
A Laker for life. He never wore the Hornet jersey.
He
still can't believe that trade included Vlade Divac. Jesus Christ. Vlade Dottie.
We like nobody.
He don't cause trouble. He don't dunk on nobody.
But this is why I think LeBron might be, a little further down my GOAT list, is because, he need Mel did it best. He said, help James. LeBron always needs help, but not just any kind of help. He gets Hall of Fame help. When you go to Miami and you join Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, you got the ultimate help. And you're surrounded by Ray Allen, Mike Miller, all those different types of shooters.
You're looking at 2 teams, though, in the past 40 years that I can remember. Only 2 teams won without multiple superstars. It was the Dwayne Wade Heat in 2006, and it was the Dirk Mavs. Mm-hmm. Everyone else has had a big 2 or big 3. The Celtics, the Lakers, the Bulls, the Spurs, the Lakers again. The Celtics had a big 3. The Warriors have had more than that. The Cavs had the 3. The Heat have had the 3. Everyone. Mel, I never put big men in a category with guards or forwards. I always put big men in a category of their own.
Like separate.
Just because you can't compare their games. That's just my personal thing. Yeah. Kareem, big men I don't put together with guards and forwards. That's just me. But I understand people that do. But I find it harder to equate their impact.
Yeah. Kobe broke the bench his first 2 years because of Dale Harris. I remember that. Lost another year to an Achilles injury. That's 3 years of not padding his stats. Kobe is by far a better player than LeBron.
There's people who I can't argue with them. But it's personal opinion.
Yeah, I hear you on that, Matt. Matt says LeBron needs multiple stars around him.
They all do, though. LeBron's just been the infamous orchestrator, right? He's been the vocal GM. LeBron's a great player, but he's a horrible GM.
Well, and I think that's what it is because he's deliberately making these power moves to put these teams together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
it all started with the Heat.
Yeah.
With all that, taking the talents of South Beach. Everybody has been
when he went back to Cleveland. When he went back to Cleveland, he made sure he had the right people around him. Yeah. He goes to LA. I make sure I got the right people around me that I want. And so it's like, it's like, why do you need all this cushiony, soft life around you to make it easier for you? You know what I'm saying?
Fear of failure.
For a guy
on the show, the Lakers right now, if you take AD, Carmelo, and Westbrook off, and you bring back Ball, Ingram, Randall, Caruso, Kuzma, you're a much fucking better team right now. And you didn't sacrifice your future for now. And you might have more than a ring or 2.
Yeah. Mel says the answer to LeBron James-led teams playing better has always been trading for better players. MJ just got better and played better basketball.
Yeah, they would make a trade. Yeah. They brought in, they drafted Pippen, Rodman, Cartwright was a trade, right? Cartwright came in the Oakley trade.
Rodman, I think Cartwright was a part of the Oakley trade, and then Rodman was a
Rodman was part of
free agent from
the
San
Will
Antonio.
Purdue trade.
Oh, was he?
Will Purdue went from the Bulls to the Spurs in the
Jeez.
Rodman trade.
You're digging in your bag when you bring up Will Purdue, dog. You're digging in
I didn't
your
have the
bag.
internet. I had to look up an encyclopedia if he was part of the Purdue chicken family. I'll never forget, man. My father in the mid-'90s, early 90s, I was like 7th, 8th grade, so like 90, 91. This man was so proud when he bought like encyclopedias for us. Like we could like look up. We had like Encyclopedia Britannica. We had 26 volumes of them. You'd have to do schoolwork. You could look up in the encyclopedia. Man, he thought he made a fucking investment for the rest of the time. A couple years later, the internet popped up. He's like, I fucking made my money.
Hey, Matt. I think it looks like your Knicks held off, bro. Looks, yeah, they won 116 to 114 over the Warriors. Ooh.
How many players did the Warriors rest tonight?
That's their highlight of the year, right?
That's it. There, that'll be their. Now they're going to be dancing outside the Garden again.
That's their highlight of the year today.
15 or 18 games below, maybe worse now. A couple weeks ago, remember when they beat Atlanta in that one game, and all the little white kids from Long Island were dancing outside the Garden about how I'm dead serious. That's what it was. So all the rich white kids from Long Island there dancing that the Knicks won a playoff game. We taking over. They were like 18 games below 500 since that video posted. That's just, I fucking love it. Fuck them. No offense to you, Matt. You're cool, dude.
He said, "Was there any doubt?" Hell yeah, there was doubt. Yeah, what do you mean? Every number one needs a legit number two beside him and a solid team around him. LeBron has handicapped multiple number ones to join him for his runs. That's overkill.
Great.
Hey, when you get greedy, what happens? You tend to, somebody's going to be on the losing end of that, being one person being greedy, and more times than not, it's not going to be LeBron. He'll find some way to spin the narrative that it's not his fault. He'll find some way to say that he's not the reason why it didn't work out. But we all know the reason why it didn't work out.
Did you hear him today during the who's the All-Star from Cleveland? Gadner?
For the who?
From the Cavs. Who's the All-Star?
Oh no.
It's a G, right? Gadner?
Garland. Darius Garland.
Garland.
Yeah.
KD said something. I guess they were trying to talk up a trade because LeBron and Durant have traded before in the All-Star game. And KD was like, "Oh, I'm going to see if I try to get Garland off you." He goes, "Oh, no, I can't give him up." He's like, "I already left the city of Cleveland twice. I can't trade him away now, too. I got to get some love when I go back there." So even he knows he's a dick.
It's and that's why not only can I not put him as just that whole, I'm not dissing on the player empowerment to, make the certain moves you want to do to where you go. I'm not opposed to it because, I've always been pro player, because these franchises, they'll use you, abuse you, and then they'll get rid of you as soon as you're not worth anything. So I look cool. Have the power players. I'm cool with that. But to his degree, when he's playing pretty much fantasy basketball to build these teams to get championships, and when it doesn't work out, he bailed on it as quick as he got it together. I can't respect that. It's like
watch what you wish for. You just might get it. It's the old adage, right?
Yeah.
Our mamas told us it for years. Watch what you wish for. Next year, we are taking a ton of money and we are putting it together an NFL awards parlay because every single favorite hit tonight.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, let's speak on it.
All I could think of was if we put a parlay together with every favorite. Rodgers was favored for MVP, he hits. Kupp was favored for Offensive Rookie of the Year, he hits. Watt was favored for Defensive Player of the Year. Parsons was favored for Rookie of the Year. Chase was favored for Rookie of the Year. Vrabel was favored for Head Coach of the Year. If you bet those six in a parlay and you put like $500 on it, you'd be swimming in a couple $1,000s tonight.
Hey, I could take a couple $1,000.
Every single favorite hit.
I could take a couple $1,000 tonight.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right, not every favorite can win. It would be too obvious.
Well, let's look at the categories. So, of course, Pepsi Rookie of the Year goes to Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase. No brainer.
13 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. That's a no-brainer.
No brainer. No brainer. Come on, phone. There we go. AP Offensive Rookie of the Year. Of course, no brainer. Jamar Chase. I mean, you win Rookie of the Year, you might as well win Offensive Rookie of the Year. So that's a no brainer.
Yeah.
AP Offensive Player of the Year.
Cooper Kupp.
I mean, you said it early on the show. You know, wide receivers, position players, they don't get MVP.
He was third in voting too. He was third in MVP voting. He was the only other one besides Rodgers and Brady to get an MVP vote out of the 40.
Yeah, which is good. So at least I'm glad that they at least recognize him in the MVP race.
For the first place votes, I'll do it when you do the MVP. Go ahead.
No, so Cooper Kupp wins Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, no brainer. Micah Parsons, Dallas Cowboys. I think that was a no brainer. Comeback Player of the Year, they gave it to Burrow.
Did they?
Yeah, they gave it over. It was
Burrow or Dak.
Yeah, it was either Burrow or Dak, and honestly, you could have went either way. I think the fact that Burrow is in the Super Bowl is probably what helped him get that.
No, all that voting takes place before the first playoff game.
Oh, is it?
Happens. Yeah. That they do that. They structure the voting that way so that the playoffs don't affect the voting because it's a regular season award.
Yeah.
That's why Vrabel won Coach of the Year, but got knocked out in round one because with all those injuries with Henry and AJ Brown and Julio going out, he kept them astride. You know, if you had the playoffs in it, Zach Taylor's Coach of the Year.
Oh yeah, I would definitely give a nod to Zach Taylor. I mean, what they're doing in Cincinnati, I mean, they ain't been worth nothing for 30 years. So
they had good old moments of winning the division when they had Carson Palmer and Corey Dillon.
Moments.
Yeah, but the Jets knocked them out in round one year in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh knocked them out, even though they knocked out AB one year.
Yeah.
Never got past round one.
Yeah.
Oh, when Burrow won, it was the first playoff win in 30 years.
Yes. AP Assistant Coach of the Year goes to Dan Quinn of the Cowboys. That's probably the only thing that they won postseason this year. What else we got? AP Coach of the Year, you just said it, Mike Vrabel. I don't mind it because I mean you got to do some legit coaching when you lose pretty much three of your top offensive weapons at different periods of the season. You lose Derrick Henry for half of the season. AJ Brown and Julio were both missing that multiple times this season, and you still won, and you still won your division, and you still made it to the playoffs. So I hats off to that, no doubt. But I mean, you can damn sure make a case for Zach Taylor for sure. Damn sure make a case.
Yeah, if you had the playoffs, then it's a no-brainer. Zach Taylor wins that award.
Yeah, Fantasy Player of the Year, they gave that to Cooper Kupp. I mean, man, I got torched by him many times during this fantasy season, so no doubt about that. And then, of course, I'm
in a league where we do an NFL playoff fantasy challenge, and it gives you multipliers each week, and I have Cooper Kupp, and I'm the only one who picked Cooper Kupp, and I get him at 4 times the points, and I'm the only person with somebody 4 times the points, so I'm going to win it.
Every time.
My choice of what spot I want. You could pick your draft spot. I'm taking number 1, and I am literally going to take Cooper Kupp number 1 overall because he was kept this year.
You know what? There's 2 people that I'm definitely eyeing on next year when I play fantasy. Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor are my first 2 priorities. If I can get them, I'm gonna grab them. That's for sure.
And both will be available because they were both kept last year.
Yeah. Walter Payton Man of the Year, which is a great award. I love. Andrew Whitworth got it from the Los Angeles Rams.
Good speech too.
Yeah. Whitworth, man. Matter of fact, all 32 candidates, man. I don't. They could have gave it to anybody, honestly, with the Man of the Year award. But Whitworth's an old timer, man. Just imagine he played for the Bengals. played there in Cincinnati all them years.
Yeah.
And finally gets some postseason appearances with
Came here like
the Rams.
6 years ago at 34 years old, and everyone thought it'd be like a 1-year deal.
Yeah. But he's Whitworth's like 41, 40 or 40.
So.
Yeah. And
He
he's still
came maybe
playing.
at 36 he came here then, because I know he's been there for 6 seasons.
Yeah, we just went over that, right?
I heard the snap.
Whitworth, Andrew Whitworth. Andrew Whitworth won Walter Payton Man of the Year. And then, of course, winning his 4th MVP in back-to-back seasons. You got Aaron Rodgers.
Did you see his outfit? He looked like he came off the cast of Yellowstone.
I was about to say he looked like he was about to go water the crop, man. He looked like he was about to play farmland, bro. His hair is ridiculous. He looks like such a hippie, bro. But hey, you know, when you play that good, I guess you can do whatever the hell you want.
Instead of immunized, he now says valued.
Hey, look, I got
didn't win one. Brady's got enough hardware, man. Cut the shit.
Oh, but look, Brady has enough hardware. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? No, we are not live on the I.O.W. Network app as of right now. But the app is live in your app store. We're just not live with the show right now.
Appreciate you watching.
Yeah. Stephanie's
your effort to sort this out. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Stephanie's a long timer. She's been here from probably episode 1 of Late Night Owl.
Nice.
So much shout out to Stephanie. She's always been very supportive of I.O.W. Sports and the I.O.W. Network for sure. But matter of fact, I might send out some merch to you, Steph. We might do that for you. But no surprise that he wins it because in my opinion, it was either him or Brady, and I'm okay that that Brady doesn't get it. But what does this do for Rodgers? You just got a quarterback that just won back-to-back MVPs, and you still got all this cloud of doubt.
He said in the speech. Did you get that alert?
No, I didn't get it.
He said in his speech that I don't even ask. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Oh man. No, Ryan, we are live. You are talking to us. See? Wait to Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Howdy.
No,
ask us a question, Ryan. We'll reply to it right now to prove it.
Look, man, your quarterback just won 2 back-to-back MVPs. You can't let that man walk out the building.
Unless that man don't want to be in the building.
Man, no, damn it. Come on, Nick. You better, you go up to him and you say, what do you want? What do you want to say here?
What if his answer is a change of scenery? What do you do then? I mean, there's 3 options on the table, right? It's retire. Those are the 3 options. And he's going to do whatever he wants. He's not going to get talked into something
that he don't want to do.
He's signing off on it.
I hear you.
And he deserves that respect after all these years and what he's done for that organization.
Yeah.
They're literally, they might not win every year, but they are in the discussion of title contender every single season since that man, stepped on the field. The hiccups.
If I'm a GM, I'm doing my damn job, and I am damn near convincing him through hell and fire to make sure he stays.
Absolutely. You roll out the red carpet. You at this point, but you got to also look at it from this point with the Packers. You've had him, and you haven't won a title in the last. What they win in 10?
2010, yeah.
So you haven't won 12 seasons.
Yeah.
Maybe the best thing to do is sell him off. There was a Bleacher Report or BR Gridiron on Instagram today. They always do trade proposals that'll rock the league. One of them was Tannenhill, this year's first, this year's second, next year's first, next year's second, following year's third, to Green Bay for Rodgers. You put Rodgers on Tennessee with Henry, with A.J. Brown. Granted, Tennessee's overpaying, but let's be real. Tannehill's not winning a Super Bowl.
Oh no,
winning a division, number one in the conference, is his ceiling. Like Harbaugh beating Ohio State and making the Final Four was
that's the ceiling. Yeah,
Tannehill won in the conference.
That's the ceiling.
In the first round, that's his ceiling.
Yeah,
if you could get him on that team, do it.
I think I saw that somewhere because I think somebody posted it on Chop Sports. Shout out to Chop Sports.
It was 5 picks. 5, 2 1s, 2 2s, a 3, and Tannehill.
I mean,
title, it's worth it.
If Tennessee would probably make that trade in a heartbeat.
Fuck yeah! If you could talk to Rodgers and say, "Hey, we want to give you a 3-year deal," and you could sign Rodgers up for 3 years right now. Who are the teams that would go for him? Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Denver. I don't know if the 49ers do it with Lance. I don't know.
but we spoke about that. If you get Aaron Rodgers and you had Trey Lance sitting probably another 2 years behind Aaron Rodgers, that may do a more benefit for Trey Lance and the 49ers franchise, because once Aaron Rodgers goes off into the sunset, you got a player that has learned from one of the best, and you can easily slide him into the starting position and still
be Rodgers Jr., right? Rodgers light. He could do the career path that Rodgers did.
Yeah.
You get the Niners into that. Like, who else? Like,
maybe the Raiders.
Cleveland gets rid of Mayfield.
Oh, Cleveland better be one of the teams calling them. But I think
Dolphins aren't doing that.
No, Dolphins
aren't doing that. Like, you got to look at the teams that are ready and missing. Tampa Bay could be added to that list now, right?
Now that's an interesting team,
right? What if he goes there and he wins 3 straight with a team that Brady couldn't win with this year?
That would be an interesting team to get into the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes.
You got to be, right? If Brady's out, you're looking for. You got a veteran coaching staff. You got a veteran team. You got warm weather. Rodgers always said he considered himself a warm weather quarterback until they drafted him, and you could probably make the argument he's not a cold weather quarterback, because when it gets cold,
he doesn't perform.
He doesn't win.
Yeah.
So maybe the best thing to do is maybe go to Tampa.
But to the Nashville point, or the Tennessee Titans point, I did see an article that he's getting land out there and probably building a home out there. So I don't know if that's too much to read into it. That maybe
somebody commented that's the hot spot in the country now. Everybody's getting land out there. It's the Bible Belt. It's God's country, right?
I tell you why it is, because Nashville, you can get a reasonable house for a reasonable price on your mortgage for a decent plot of land and build up a nice house out there. And Nashville is a beautiful city. I've been in Nashville a couple of times. Great time, great spot. Especially
I basically did the NFL Network virtual tour when the draft was there a couple years ago, and it just looked fantastic.
Especially if you're single. Nashville's a great city. Them cowgirls look good down there with them boots and them, them high-rise shorts and them cowboy hats.
I just don't want to be staring at someone with long hair and tight jeans on from behind, and they turn around and look like me.
And then when they throw that little sweet little Nashville twang on all they talk. How y'all doing?
When you dance with them from behind, you gotta do that.
Gotta do a quick little check. I mean, man, bruh, there's endless possibilities with Aaron Rodgers, what he can do. I don't know, man.
Now, do they give him Dude, it's going to be very curious. It's going to be a very dramatic NFL offseason. Brady already, thank God that story's put to bed, right? Although then he makes a
no, but he keeps making the door open. Oh my gosh!
How about
you
this?
saw it? You saw
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh! Never
What
say never. Come on,
Rodgers,
bro. Go away.
Rodgers goes to Tampa. And then Brady's like, all right, I'm coming out of retirement. Send me to Green Bay. And then they end up 1-2 in MVP voting again next year.
Right. Why does Brady keep doing this, man? Why does he keep wanting to just keep everybody guessing if he's fully retired or not? Like,
he didn't want it. And you can pick up on everything he's saying in these little podcasts. Somebody was like, oh, now Tom Brady gets to go home and be a Hall of Fame father. And Brady replied, he was like, oh, no, I'm not a Hall of Fame father. I'm like freshman JV backup QB level. Who says that? Even when you're...
I don't think he likes being at home, bro. I don't think he likes being at home, bro.
I think he got it beaten into him by Gumby, his wife, that you got to come home. These kids need you. I don't want to be with them. I don't want the nannies. I need you help raising the kid. Like, I think he got pummeled into retirement.
Like begged into retirement by Giselle?
Pummeled. Guilt tripped.
Hey, but think about it. She's been on that trip for the last 4 years. Come home, come home, come home, come home. She's been on that for a minute. So I could see exactly what you're saying because she's been.
Vamos a la casa. I think that's where we go to the house. I don't know if anyone speaks Spanish, and I did that wrong.
Yeah,
I don't remember my verbs from high school.
I mean, because Giselle has been begging and pleading because half the time she's probably been the one leaking all those injuries that he's been having.
She's the one creating those injuries, pushing him down the stairs at night, putting Legos or little.
I'm gonna put a Lego right when he steps out of bed. And me and you both know, Nick, stepping on them Legos is killer, dog.
I'm lucky my kids really got into Legos. They had wrestlers. They had like 150 wrestlers, like the ones you buy in the store, the 6-inch figures.
Yeah.
I put in my work boots one day, and Rey Mysterio was in my fucking work boot.
He said, "Booyaka, booyaka." Matt Silly, he said she deflated his balls.
Such a layup. I fucking missed it. Good job, Matt. Very well done. Very well done.
I mean, look.
You know what this is? I let you bring that motherfucker AB into this house.
Hey, I'm still laughing at that AB another brother quote that you dropped, bro. I'm still laughing at that. I'm still laughing at that. But
when I see letters, acronyms, I can change instantly. My brain just has a switch that does it.
I'm still laughing at that. I literally go back in my head every now and then and pop that joke in my head, and I chuckle to myself, and my old lady thinks I'm crazy. But so you add Brady with his cryptic messages. You add Aaron Rodgers with his doubt, his question mark of where he's going to do. I don't think retirements. He may say retirement's on the table. I don't think he'll retire though.
I think it's a bargaining chip.
Yeah,
he's got 4 MVPs. Peyton has the record with 5.
5, yep.
He's still playing at an elite level, but so is Brady, right? Now here's the difference. Rodgers just became single and they called off the engagement. So
I heard about that.
He ain't got no woman calling him to come home.
That's why Nashville looks a little bit tempted to him just a little bit more. He wants some of them yeehaws.
He's dressed like he's from fucking Yellowstone now.
Yeah, it works.
He's a little bit country. He's a little bit of rock and roll. Old dirty best. Oh, sorry.
So you add those 2 quarterbacks. You still got Deshaun Watson with his situation. You still got Russell Wilson possibly on the move. Say who?
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
They've already said they're going to try to move him.
Oh, yeah.
I know Cleveland said they're in with Baker, but I think it's your guy till it's not your guy.
Exactly.
You don't
And
create turmoil.
that's the exact mindset I'm at with Cleveland. They're going to look to try to move Baker Mayfield and try to get the best situation for him, or best situation for the Browns moving on for him. And I think the only way they stick with him is they weren't able to get nobody to come in there. That's the only reason why I see them.
I can't see the Giants sticking with Daniel Jones. I'd be very, very
Really?
surprised. I would be surprised. Like, I think a guy that would be perfect for them, it would be Kenny Pickett, the tall kid. He's athletic,
Coming out the draft,
runs a little bit. He's kind of got a little Trevor Lawrence in him. He's not as big and filled out as Josh Allen. Oh, funny moment with Josh Allen tonight at the awards. Did you see the clip?
No, I didn't see it.
You got to Google NFL honors Josh Allen. And the guy, Kay and Peele, Kay, I think was the one hosting it. And he sits down next to Josh Allen and says something about awards. And Josh Allen had a reply that was like, oh, yeah, you could say the award show is ending up nice, but it would be a better way to end it if everybody had a chance and it was fair. Like, it was about, like, the overtime. it was a pretty funny moment. But that was good. But, yeah, Kenny Pickett, like, Daniel Jones is athletic. Maybe you just, I don't know. Like, I'm very curious to see. Giants are one of the teams with those 2 picks at 5 and 7. Do you go after a QB? Do you just take offensive line?
But here's my thing. I think, well, not only because of relationships that Brian Daboll had with the GM that got hired. Obviously, they both come from Buffalo. I'm that had to been part of the selling point was, hey, Brian Daboll, what can you do with Daniel Jones? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I mean, he was very integral on some of this great success that Josh Allen has had. You know, Josh Allen went from 52.
Dorsey is the one that gets a lot of the credit. He was the QB coach, and now he's the OC in Buffalo. Allen was very instrumental in asking Dorsey to stay, from what I read.
Yeah. Because he likes that comfortability. He likes people that's that were there that helped him, you know, because, I mean, he was a project coming in. That was without a doubt. But, I mean, from 52% and it gets better, went to 56 or 58 the next year. Then third year last year, he goes up to 64. Now he's sitting around 64, 65, 66 completion percentage rate. I mean, you know, I'm of the belief that the Giants are like, well, hell, if we did that for Josh Allen, who was a project, what can he do for Daniel Jones? So I hear what you're saying, Nick, but I'm not ready to throw the towel in on that because, you know, there's have to be some type of magic that Brian Daboll can possibly get the best out of him. He has to, you know, maybe 1 year with Brian Daboll, and if it doesn't work, maybe next year I would be more towards on your side. Yeah, get rid of him because obviously it's not working. You know, we brought in some of the best coaches to help you, and it just didn't work. It's not us, it's you. You know, they're not going to see that. But before we go out, man, because we got about 3 minutes left in the show. Hall of Fame class of 2022. Man, let's look at this list. Tony Baselli.
Start off with give me the old man. Coach, crying coach.
Dick Vermeil.
The biggest crier in the history of sports. I love it.
Hey,
he's going to cry through the entire – he's still alive, right?
Yeah. He's still there.
He's going to cry through that entire speech. It's going to be so good. He's going to need someone to read it for him.
Yeah. Some of your senior people's got in. Art McNally, Cliff Branch. Bryant Young got in. Richard Seymour got in. I was kind of surprised about that.
For DeMarcus Ware, they thought Ware would get in this year.
How did DeMarcus Ware not get in?
I think because they chose Seymour over. A lot of people don't do multiple positions. Like, Seymour's your D end, Bryant your D tackle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Zach Thomas and Ware are like the two that people are shocked by this year. Sam Mills gets in, but Thomas blows him away in every career stat category.
Yeah, in stats, but I think Sam Mills has been on the docket to get in for a while now.
Mills deserves it. Mills deserves it.
Sam Mills was integral in some of those Saints defense back in the late 80s, early 90s, and then he
helped the Panthers.
Yeah, did he help build that Panthers franchise? Like literally
That
instantly.
Saints linebacking core
Was
is literally
dangerous.
the most underrated. We had Ricky Jackson.
They
You
were
had Pat
dangerous.
Swilling. Who was the other middle linebacker with Mills?
I can't remember.
Jackson and Pat Swilling were on the outside.
I
Mills
can't
was on the
remember.
inside. I'm gonna have to look it up, but
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna have to look it
four,
up too.
that four for years was like you talked about them a notch behind like the Giants. The Giants had Reasons and Carsons and Banks and Taylor.
Yeah.
And then like those Saints in the late 80s, early 90s, they had a squad too.
Yeah, I'm actually glad that Sam Mills got in because what he was doing for the city of Charlotte, he was I think he won the Walter Payton Award one time when he was with the Panthers. I can't remember. He's that there. Look, Sam Mills, I'm glad he got in. Rest in peace to his soul. Leroy Butler got in.
Wait, Mills passed away?
Oh, he's passed away for years.
Oh fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been gone for a minute.
I get it, but like it's like bittersweet when a guy gets inducted, you know,
after their passing. Yeah,
it's like you work your whole life for that, man.
Yeah,
I get it. You don't know when people are going to pass away, so you can't plan it.
Yeah,
that's even better now.
Leroy Butler, safety from the Packers, gets in. Very integral to their first Super Bowl in 31.
Yeah,
not their first Super Bowl, but that they won since the 60s. Leroy Butler gets in. Tony Baselli gets in. Man, that dude was a hog at left tackle for Jacksonville. He anchored that offensive line for years. So that's the class.
Do you know
the class.
The next year?
Who's up for next year?
The Island, baby.
Oh, Darrell?
Yeah.
Peyton's already in, right?
Peyton went in last year.
Okay.
He went in this summer.
Yeah.
When they had two classes this summer.
Yeah, because they had delayed one because of COVID.
You ever get a chance to watch his speech? I love what a dick he is too. He's like, you play for this many years, you thousands of hours on the practice field, thousands of hours watching film, and then you get to the Hall of Fame and they give you 9 minutes to make your speech because they had to do two classes this year. In one day because of COVID the year before. So he was just a dick throughout the speech. He's like, "Don't clap because I got only 9 minutes."
Matt brings up a good point. I would have loved to see Reggie Wayne, Andre, and
Torrey Holt didn't get in either.
Yeah, that's a shame too.
No receiver got in this year. You figured Wayne or Holt would get in, I think, before Andre.
Well,
they both got the Super Bowls. That's why.
I don't necessarily care when they get in, but those three, Torrey Holt, Reggie Wayne, and Andre Johnson, all three deserve to be in there. You're right, Matt. Eddie George didn't get in yet.
Rank them. Three receivers. Rank them.
What, Reggie Wayne, Andre, and Torrey?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Andre Johnson 1.
Really?
Man, he was a mismatch, man.
I understand he was, but I think with the Hall of Fame, though, I think winning matters. No matter what position you play.
You're right.
I think winning holds more weight when you get it done. I know it's a team sport.
Hey, but guess what?
Individual accomplishment.
Reggie Wayne had Peyton Manning. Andre Johnson had who? Matt Shaw.
Matt Shaw, the fucking goat, baby.
Torrey Holt had Kurt Warner,
and
so
Holger, baby.
Hey, but I'm saying, like, hey, you look at the quarterbacks that Reggie Wayne was catching from, and Torrey Holt was coming from
on the ring. I would be shocked.
I got you.
Andre gets in before Wayne and Holt. I would be absolutely shocked, just based off of the backing that Holt and Wayne have. I think, and the public outcry is greater for them than it is for Andre.
Yeah.
Hester, I'm surprised he didn't get in. Maybe it's because he's a kick returner and they don't value that as a first ballot.
But Nick,
I'm not saying he doesn't belong.
Hester,
I know,
literally changed the kickoff rules because he was that dangerous. He was that dangerous. Just imagine had they not moved the kickoff back or moved it
He
up
took the opening kickoff in the Super Bowl back, right?
to the house.
Yeah.
To the only opening kick return to the house in Super Bowl history. How do you not put this man in the Hall of Fame? His run that he went on is ungodly. He was literally, and I was listening to him and Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay podcast, and he had Deborah Hester on. He goes, Shannon, do you realize that I was on a tick that every third kick return that I took back, out of 3 returns, one of them was going to the house. 1 out of 3 kick returns was going to the house. 1 out of 3 punt returns was going to the house. That's ungodly.
Yeah.
That is literally some magical stuff.
I think he gets in next year. I just think being a kick returner, you save first ballot Hall of Famers for.
I got you.
I'm not. It's not my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what I think voters
of how they vote. Yeah.
Come up with. I just think you save the first ballots for the quarterbacks, the left tackle, the elite of the elite. In his position, yes, but I could see why they didn't do first ballot. But I could see you look at next year's class. Zach Thomas should get in. If Mills,
Zach Thomas should have been in.
DeMarcus Ware gets in. And the only reason he didn't this year is because they did Seymour before him, and they usually don't do more than one position.
They should have flipped that. They should have put DeMarcus Ware in this year and probably put Seymour next year. I mean, it is what it is.
Seymour's got more rings. That matters to the voters.
It does. I mean, he was part of that first part of the Patriots dynasty. I get it.
Now let me ask you this: is Darrelle Revis first ballot?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Here's the argument against it. The average amount of games played for those in the secondary in the Hall of Fame is 161 games. He only played 145. The average for career interceptions is 51. He only had 29 because nobody threw it. Now, do the voters?
They won't throw it his way, bro.
I am nervous about the voters because Revis, to me,
Hey voters,
43.
Hey voters.
I have never seen a player play the cornerback position better than I did Darrelle Revis in 2009, 2010, and 2011. It was watching God play football.
Voters, I need y'all to look me in my eyes. Darrelle Revis is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I hope
he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. There's Deion Sanders, then more than likely, in my opinion, Darrelle Revis, and then you can make up whoever else you want as best cornerbacks. That's how good Darrelle Revis is. He's literally right behind Deion Sanders as one of the best corners in the game.
Darrelle wasn't the corners on the all-time NFL team.
That's crazy.
Because they're doing to him what they've done to Don Mattingly. They're saying the peak was great, but the peak wasn't long enough. So I'm worried that might carry over to Hall of Fame voting.
Darrelle Revis literally shut down one side of the field automatically.
He shut down 8. He shut down Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Randy Moss twice, Terrell Owens twice, Steve Smith, Chad Ochocinco twice. Like that 0-10 season is the greatest cornerback season in the history of football.
When you
Calvin Johnson too.
When you literally shut down Pro Bowl wide receivers, there's only 2 names that come to mind. In my mind is Deion Sanders and Darrelle Revis. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and the voters better get it right next year.
Agreed.
Better get it right.
Agreed, because that would be a good trip to take with my son.
Oh my gosh. You got to make that.
He remembers Revis. Like he didn't know Curtis Martin.
Yeah.
He didn't really know Mawai, but Revis will be the first one that like he was aware of and he remembers watching play.
Hey, Matt got a good point. They put Megatron in. He had a short career. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he had a short career with 9 years, but he was elite all 9. Revis is elite is only really that 3-year window. And then he tore the knee for 12. And then he gets traded to Tampa. And then he goes to New England. and then he comes back to the Jets, gets paid like $15 million a year to come back to the Jets because McCagnon was desperate.
Yeah.
And then he only played 2 because he hurt the knee again. So his prime is. Sorry, if I start talking Jet stuff, I could talk all night. And I love it. I'm a huge North
I was
Carolina.
about to say, Nick loves that Dean Smith
Right?
reference.
I love it. I absolutely love it, Steph. You just won a place in my heart.
I'm sorry. I get all the points that you made about not putting him in, but I'm just hard pressed. Go ask those receivers that he played against if he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Now, I'm sure we're both probably would bet yes, he's going to get in, but is it first ballot worthy? That's
you damn right.
You're not going to hear a complaint from me, man. I hope to have the bags packed and ready to go out the can.
I'm just like, name a cornerback that had the impact on the game like Darrelle Revis besides that's not named Deion Sanders, and I will wait.
Yeah. I mean, there are great corners throughout the history.
Champ Bailey was good.
Champ never.
Champ Bailey was good, but he didn't shut down a side of the field like Darrelle or in primetime.
No, Champ only played one side of the field.
Yeah.
Champ didn't follow the best receiver around.
Darrelle traveled, Deion traveled.
Yeah. Champ played, I think he was on the left side of the defense.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain Champ did not travel. Darrell Green didn't travel. Champ didn't travel. They played LCB or RCB.
Yeah, they played one side or the other. But damn it, you put Deion or Darrell anywhere.
Charles Woodson traveled, but then he switched to safety. Charles Woodson traveled, but he's in the Hall, right? Woodson's in, right?
Yeah, Woodson's in. He's already in. He got in last year, matter of fact.
Woodson, I love him. Great player. He was one of the players that he's like an Aaron Rodgers for me, a player that wasn't on my team, but man, I admired and loved his game.
Mm-hmm.
He has one of Darrelle Revis's. He has the Revis Defensive Player of the Year award. Darrelle deserved it that year. Nobody put a season together like that in NFL history. Now, Woodson on the back end had a lot more stats, but nobody fucking threw at Revis.
Bro, that fear factor alone.
I remember joining Facebook. It was the playoff run in 2009, and it was a map of the country, and everyone used to see the Verizon map, and it was all green, and it says, "This land is all covered by Darrelle Revis." Like it used to be like the spotty like Verizon map of where Verizon coverage was, and it's like this all
the green. The fear factor alone that man had. Quarterbacks were scared to throw it on that side of the field because they were like, if I throw it over there, it's a pick.
And then they brought Cromartie in too, and Cromartie to me should be a Hall of Famer one day because the interception numbers he put up were really, really big. I think he had a 9 interception year.
He should be a Hall of Famer, and I'm not taking nothing away from Chrome because he benefited greatly from Revis being on the other side.
He was the number 2, so yes.
He benefited greatly.
Man, it was fun watching defense because Rex could blitz all he wanted because he trusted his corners.
Play man-to-man blitz. Go ahead. I got two. He had 2 of the best corners for like 3-4 years. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's easy to call defense when you got those guys.
Easy to call defense, but look, y'all. It's all good. We got caught up in time. That's what happens. That's what happens when we have great conversations here on the Late Night Owl edition. But look, we're gonna close up shop. Keep your eyes out for Super Bowl edition of Money Line with Nick Shine this weekend. Keep your eyes peeled because we are doing a joint venture with Man Down Podcast Network. We will be live streaming Super Bowl Sunday from kickoff all the way to the clock strikes zeros. And then we will talk about that. But look, y'all, it's been great. It's been real. I will check y'all out Monday for episode 137 of the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl edition. Man, my brother, man, I always appreciate you coming in and staying up late with your boy. Look, on
I might sleep till 3 o'clock tomorrow now to make up for it, but I look forward worth getting out here with you, bro. I love it.
Always. So on behalf of the big homie Nick Shine, I am Wildcard Mar. Tune in Monday, same midnight hour, same Wildcard Mar. Peace, y'all.
Peace. Good night.
Yeah. Sound like hell, TD Hurst. Let's get it. Let's go. Alright, let me get serious this time. Yo, I'm on my God of War shit. All the war spits, let the bass kick, nigga, feel the fucking floor lift. Watch your pores rip from these razor blade fingertips. Smoke hit your face like a hammer fist. Outstanding wit, suicidal flow. Nose diving to a free fall. Speedball, cannonball, jerking out on Adderall. I just watch the bodies fall. Supercharged like Dragon Ball. When I spit this fire out my mouth, you hear the dragon skull. Daily witness posted and just off of this and woven silk. Grinding rappers flesh in the syrup and call it muscle milk. Some nutritious, my hunger forever endless. I'm vicious and bloodthirsty, my nigga. I handle business pretentious, I leave them injured. Eating pickles for dinner, underground like not the splinter. Then hibernate for the winter. Illiterate, so I can give a fuck about the sentence. Belligerent, so I don't give a fuck about repentance. Johnny plays with a bag of haze, over roast spirits. A force to be reckoned with when I'm beating all limits. These lyrics are packed with venom. Rattlesnakes in the kitchen, cooking a recipe full of poison. I leave them finished.
Come to punches, yo, I only landed threes. These thick fried MCs is copping plan B. Never was a M fan, they can't stand me. Been dope since before Hope sampled Annie. If it's smoke, I ain't gon' blame the jammy. Cause smoke, my hands is nicer than your granddaddy. Don't spar less you a piece and a half. If you same boat when I put beat on the track, I fuck MCs up, I'm bringing evil back. Yea, though I walk through the valley, I push it. They gon' find rappers that got at me in my footprints. The embodiment of cocaine and no-dos. I got a habit of pulling souls through nose holes. Open your old holes, sugar you sweet. If it's BP, I'll bring it to your door like Uber Eats.
Deliver a fade to all you niggas, I just wanna unload. Basking and scream on my foes, find a way to compose. The ashes fire my throat, pull them fuse with the dope. Blow a ring of the smoke, terrorize all the small fires, wash them down with a coke.
Viciously viscous, I flow like rape whispers. You wishless spitters will beat the Big Dipper. Front away, bitch, you ain't clapping shit. Keep playing G, the mask don't fit. You tonic water MCs minus the flavor. I'm the illest since my mom went into labor. Sick with it, slick with it, punchlines is a major. You motherfuckers just sit back.